Somehow the world will change for me.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Banana Rumble Quickstep #1 tournament. We are here with a first round lower bracket matchup between Bhanu and Chongo. We're excited
Hello.
to have you. They are here in voice chat for just a little bit. We'll be muting and deafening in just a few minutes once we pick our first stage. But for now, competitors, how are we feeling?
Pretty good. I just realized, hey, Cats, the winner goes up against you. Do you think you'd want to run that round after that, or?
Um, Let's see how exciting and how long this round is, because that could make a difference. But
Sounds good to me.
we'll see. We still got up to 5 rounds, maybe even more if we get a tie somehow. And let's see how that
All
monkey
right.
ball shakes out. So I'm gonna generate the first stage list here, and we have all
Ooh,
regular EX stages. First stage list is gonna be fragments for EX3. 7EX8 curving blockers, 6EX9 left and right, 2EX4 garden, and 10EX3 wormhole maze. So
man.
as the higher seed, Chongo is going to ban 1 stage here in the first round. Banu is going to ban 2 after that, and Chongo will choose from the remaining 2 stages.
Um, let's get left and right out of here.
All right. Then it's going to be Banu's turn to ban 2 of the remaining 4.
Let me just have a look at what these are.
Wow, that's fascinating. Almost all of these are crewmate records.
Yeah, and we did have this discussion prior to the match starting, but this will be a no DLC match.
Mm-hmm.
So characters from II up to Dr. Bad Boon will be legal. Anything after that is not going to be a valid character pick here.
No Sonic, no Taxi, no Miku, no Ziller, no Mungus, no Pack, no Red.
And that is really a shame, you know? I'm still waiting for I've got a couple of stages I've been cooking up some sauce with just a few of the DLC characters, so
Oh yeah?
yeah, we'll see, but I'm not going to tell you guys cuz
Oh, of course, yeah.
potential opponents in the next round.
Okay, I think
True. I'm just saying I gotta mess around, get a Tails record on the board. But
All right, it sounds like
uh,
Banu had his
I am
picks,
going to
so
ban a 7EX8. So that's
that's curving blockers.
living blockers, and I'm also going to ban Garden. Now, the reason I ban Garden is just because there's no non-DLC video on the website, so
hmm.
I'm kind of just like, it looks simple, but I don't want to risk not being able to figure that out.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Um
that's fair, which is going to leave Chongo with a choice between, I believe, Fragments and Wormhole Maze.
yeah. Um okay. Let's go to Wormhole Maze.
All right. So first stage is going to be 10EX3 Wormhole Maze. You're going to have 5 minutes on this stage. Fastest singular time is going to take the round. Doesn't matter how many finishes you get, just what your fastest finish is. And I would ask both players at this time as we get started here to mute and deafen themselves in
All
Discord.
right.
And I will count you
Best of
down in
luck,
the
Banu.
chat.
All right, good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
Alright, got the stream refreshed there for Banu. So it looks like we are good there, and we are just waiting on the ready-ups from both players. So Wormhole Maze, this is a stage that I have plenty of experience with on normal speed, but not any on super speed. So we'll see how much the difference in strategy, or we'll see if there is a difference in strategy between standard and super speed here. As it looks like Bhanu is loading into the level, we'll just wait on him to give the ready up, and then we will get going. Get a nice view of the stage from Chongo. To recap what's happened in the bracket so far, both of these players lost their first round matchups, putting them into the lower bracket here. Bhanu lost to Wenny Unity, who was the 10 seed, I believe, and Chongo, I cannot recall who she lost to, but in any case, they're squaring off here in the first round of the lower bracket. We'll just see if Bhanu is ready. All right, we've got ready-ups from both players, so we will go on go. 3, 2, 1, go. And we're off with the first round, and it looks like this is going to be the same strategy as normal. Wow, that's already a really good finish there from Bhanu. I'm not sure exactly. A 57.88. Yeah, that's going to be pretty strong. 57.880 from Bhanu is going to take the lead here, as Chongo posts also a very good time of 57.668. So only 30 seconds in, both players getting finishes. It does look like the strategy is about the same as the normal speed record, where your goal is to get a clip off of that edge that you just saw Chongo clip off of. As it looks like that's a personal best there, up to a 58. Okay, very nice. So Chongo going to take the lead here. This is a very high finish count stage, so you'll see both players are going to get plenty of chances, although hitting next and moving on to the next stage is going to take a little chunk out of Bhanu's time. You see another 58 out of Chongo, but it doesn't look like that's going to be better than her best time so far. So, like I was saying, the strategy, ideally you want to clip off of the corner of that, because if you can get a straight line into the goal instead of going up, hitting the underside of one of those bridges, and then coming back down, you'll be faster if you can just go straight to the goal, right? The issue, of course, is the developers knew that this was a way to cheese the stage, so they put a wall in there. And it looks like, was Bhanu on regular speed before? Oh no. This is taking a huge chunk of time. Huge number of attempts he's losing out on here, but he's back into the stage, so we'll see if he can get back into the swing of things. 2 minutes gone. Just a little over that. Chongo still in the lead by exactly 3/10 here. And it looks like Chongo is switching strategies. No, she's going back to the corner clip method on the left side. For a second, I thought I saw an attempt that went to the right side, but I am unfamiliar with that strat, if it is indeed an IL strat for this stage. We'll see. It depends how aggressive they want to play this, right? If you really go for that corner, you can get some very nice low launch angles, and that can be really a great way to get a fast time. However, if you... Oh, and we see a finish there. We'll wait to see what Bhanu puts in chat here. A 58.123, so that's not going to be faster as Chongo improves her time as well. We see a 58.123 out of Bhanu and a 58.195 out of Chongo. Just a minute and a half left. I feel like this round has been flying by. Lots of attempts here since it's such a short IL. You see a 57. That's not going to beat her best. Do see a 58, but it looks like a little bit slower of a 58 there from Chongo. Or from Bhanu, excuse me. Oh, that looked so good. And again, it's finding the right, just that perfect medium between getting enough height to go over those blockers or to bounce off the top, the bridges overhead. And I need to send them a reminder. Only 30 seconds left here. What is that? I think that's another 1-2-3 out of Bhanu, so that's not going to improve his best time. Really watching the left side of the screen here. See if he can get a better finish in the next 15 seconds. That looks not bad, and it is going to be faster. Alright, and call last attempt here. Looks like Bhanu is not going to get off a last attempt, and neither will Chongo. Okay. So that's going to be the end of round 1, Wormhole Maze. Chongo is going to take that one with a 58.195. Very nice time there. I feel like that was a great starter stage pick for both of them. They both looked like they were getting good attempts. I feel like if Bhanu hadn't exited out in the middle there, you know, maybe, just maybe he's able to get something better with that extra time. But in the meantime, Chongo will take that first round, and I will go ahead and generate another stage list. So Chongo will ban 1, and Bhanu will pick out of the following stages. So we have 9-5 Switch Adventure, 5-8 Manhole, 2-3 Drawbridge Path, 9EX9 Push Bar Tower, and as I'm typing that, it gets the almost immediate ban out of Chongo. And our final stage is going to be 8EX9 Dangerous Swamp. Like I said, first ban, and only ban in this round, actually, from Chongo is going to be Push Bar Tower. Leaves us some interesting stages. Switch Adventure is a longer stage. I'm sure with Super Speed you can skip even more of it. But on normal speed you can skip some of it too. So Manhole, that might be one of the few that you can't skip. Now, the actual IL in normal speed is ridiculous, where it's a first load only, I believe, and you have to get this glitchy interaction with the wall that pushes you on top of the manhole, and it just absolutely freaks out because the game doesn't expect you to be up there. Drawbridge Path could be a pick. That's more of just a hold forward stage, and you need to spin dash at the right time. And Dangerous Swamp, not familiar with this on super speed, but on normal speed, it's very easy. You just spin dash at the right time and head straight to the goal. So we'll see what Bhanu wants to go with here. If he's feeling confident, confident that his movement is good, I could see Switch Adventure being the pick. Otherwise, I would expect something more along the lines of Drawbridge Path or Dangerous Swamp, where it's more of a straightforward strategy. but we will see what he is feeling. Oh boy, the pick is gonna be Manhole. This may be one of the first times that we've seen Manhole in an IL tournament. Wow. Okay. Well, Manhole is gonna be the pick. And we get the "Let's Go Manhole" from Chongo in the chat. So clearly she is also excited about this pick, but we'll see if either of them is able to pull off the true strategy to get on top of the manhole. As you can see, Chongo taking some practice attempts there. Let me go ahead and reset their times. Bhanu saying he had to pick it. Well, there's something to be said for honor. Whether it's a smart choice or not, that is still to be determined. I don't know if he has any experience on this stage. I'm sure that Chongo has played the stage before, but this is one of the community favorites. So we'll see. Chongo has sent that she is ready and voiceless. Still waiting on Bhanu to ready up, and then we will be on to round 2. Again, this was Bhanu's counter pick, so he must be feeling pretty confident in it if he wants to go here. But we'll see. Alright, and he is ready, so we'll give him the signal and be on our way here. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so Chongo just gonna go for a push finish. Same thing with Bhanu. I'm not quite sure what he's trying to do here. He doesn't look particularly confident on it, but we'll see. Chongo does take a finish. It's going to be a 40.463. Okay. Onto the manhole, hoping for a glitch, and well, something sure is happening. Wow, this stage is ridiculous. I have no words. I'm gonna say it. I am not a manhole enjoyer. I was unfamiliar with the strategy, and as we see Chongo exit out of the stage and go to Mimi. Okay. This is an interesting strategy. It looks like Bhanu is... I'm not really sure what Bhanu is doing here. Whether he's peeking at the record and trying to figure out how to get on top of the manhole. As Chongo is now taking attempts with Mimi. I am not sure why Mimi would be better than Baby here. It could be something to do with weight, although if you're going for a heavier character, I would maybe pick one with a better spin dash. The interactions with the manhole are just absolutely mysterious to me, so... But she got a quick finish with the push strat, and then a quick finish with the top of the manhole strat. And on top of the manhole again... And this is what I was talking about. The game does not expect you to be on top of this object. So, it does some... whatever that was. Sure. And we're going to get another improvement here. Up to a 56,186. I gotta say, I know what Bhanu is saying with... Oh, and he is on top of the manhole. Let's see if he knows the Knows the optimal movement, wiggling back and forth there in the center. Whoa! And that's a 50? Holy crap. Okay, you know what? Before he got on top of the manhole, I was just about to say, I don't know about this pick. I get going for honor. Forget that. Obviously, he had some kind of secret sauce on this that I was just totally unfamiliar with, and takes the lead by 4 seconds. Holy moly. So Mimi would allow for more control as Baby has a ton of acceleration. Okay. Taechuk with the insights here. That is good to know. I was not familiar, but at this point, it's not looking like that Mimi pick is working out at all. I mean, a 52-40, that is very strong. And now the pressure is back on Chongo. You know, got some good starts, or got some good finishes right at the beginning, but hasn't been able to get too much going since then. And so we'll see. Pops up in the air. I don't know. Give him the 1 minute warning here. Moving on top is important, but it's really a butterfly effect, so it's mostly luck. Yeah. Yeah, I am also surprised. A 50 is very strong. Looks like that would be good enough for second place on the leaderboard right now, and good enough to take this match. That's a nice to get on top of the manhole there, and it looks like Chongo is already past. Yeah, and Bhanu just resetting when he gets to the 50-second mark. That's smart. I'm not sure that Chongo has seen that Bhanu has the 50, so she might not be aware that she needs to be resetting earlier in these attempts. But, you know, if you get 5 attempts and you save 4 seconds on each of them, you know, not finishing a 46 and resetting at the 50-second mark, that's another couple attempts right there. So, and there she goes. She resets at 47. Just going to get a couple more attempts. Could be, and she did get that retry off in time, so we'll see. Does get onto the manhole. Okay. We'll see. And it doesn't look like it's gonna go. Okay. Wow. So, you know, that was... Honestly, that was a lot more exciting than I would, It was a lot more exciting than I would have thought. So, Bhanu coming out with a 50.240 to take it. Very nice out of him. I was a doubter initially on the pick, but, you know, he proved me absolutely wrong. So, and good to have you here in chat, Tay, providing the insights here. So we've got a tied up game, or a tied up match here, 1-1. As I generate the next stage list. Go ahead and put this in the chat here. Our stages are going to be 610 chakrams. Nope. And actually, we're going to need to generate 1 or 2 more stages because we have 2 repeats here. So let me go ahead and generate 2 more stages. Oh. So I can tell you that we will be seeing... Okay, there we go. So we will be seeing 610 chakrams, 7 EX7 stepping suites, 5 EX8 whiplash, 6-1 vanishing floor, and 10 EX1 fragmented circle. So let me go ahead and delete the stages that we have already used out of our list here. and then I will be typing that out in chat. So, we're discussing, I believe, it may be that Maple re-rolls the entire list when we see a repeat. I was planning on just re-rolling the 2 stages that we had repeated, but yeah, and we'll just re-roll those 2 stages. Saves us from having to re-roll a bunch of times, potentially. Whiplash. So, let me get these typed out in the chat here. And 10 EX1 fragmented circle. And Braden is here, a little bit late, still perfect attendance. We'll give you credit for it. Alright, so once again, we've got the stages in the chat here. It's going to be 610 Chakrams, 7EX, 7 Stepping Suites, 5EX8 Whiplash, 6-1 Vanishing Floor, and 10EX1 Fragmented Circle. Since Bhanu won that last round, he will get the first ban, and I'll go ahead and start our timer. So he will get the ban, and then Chongo will pick from the remaining 4 stages. And this is where that winning that first stage comes into play. You know, if we end up at a game 5, right, and they both win their counter picks, Chongo is going to end up with the last counter pick. So winning that first round, getting the counter pick advantage, you know, we're still a little ways away from that coming into play, but it could be a factor once we get towards the end of this match. So let's see, out of these stages, I believe we've seen Fragmented Circle. I believe Paz and I played that in our match earlier in this tournament. Otherwise, I'm not aware of the other stages being played in tournament. One of the viewers can certainly correct me if that's not the case, but we've got a good mix here, honestly, of stages that are, I mean, pure movement stage like Whiplash. You can't skip anything with a spin dash. You can speed through some of it, but just a flat stage that you just have to know the movement for. So that could be an interesting pick. On the other hand, we could see something like Vanishing Floor, which is spin dash, get a clip, and then finish the stage. Fragmented Circle, same thing. Go forward, spin dash, get a clip, go to the end of the stage. So we have an interesting mix of stages here. Chongo, I do appreciate that. She is letting us know, you know, if you didn't know, that the floating city is a city that is floating on the water. This is very important information that is given to us by the game. So we've got about a minute left for Bhanu to ban here. We'll see what his thoughts are. I just can't believe that we saw Manhole in tournament and somebody got a 50 finish with the on top strat. That was very nice. I mean, both of them looked really consistent with getting on top of the Manhole, but to get a 50, I mean, that's such a strong finish, especially in just 5 minutes. So, looks like Chongo is booting up Fragmented Circle here. Maybe gonna take some practice attempts. And okay, we get the ban and the pick in quick succession. So Bhanu not feeling confident about the movement, banning Whiplash, and Chongo pretty immediately says we're going to Fragmented Circle. So Fragmented Circle it is. The strategy here is going to be going to the left As you can see Chongo doing it there. Go to the left. As this piece of the circle is moving out, you want to spin dash into it, get a clip up. That will take you to the goal platform at the end. Got to be high enough to get over the middle cylinder, but you don't want to go so high that you lose a lot of your horizontal speed getting to the goal. Should be a good one. I mean, based on their performances so far, I think we are in for a good round here. Let's see, we've got the ready up from Chongo. And we are just waiting on Bhanu. For reference, record here is a 56-845 by Minsk. And that is who Chongo lost their first round match to. That's right. Alright, we got the ready up from Chongo. Bhanu's still booting into the stage. And it looks like we will be going here in just a second. Adjusting some settings real quick. All right. While we're waiting for the Bhanu ready up, hope everybody in chat is having a good day, enjoying some monkey ball here. We are doing a best of 5, if you weren't here to catch that earlier, so it will be first to 3 games. We'll win this match and move on to play me in the next round. So, got the ready up from both players, and we will get started here in just a second. 3, 2, 1, and go. We do have the OBS window overlay from Chongo there. That's all right. We'll take care of that before the next game. But both players are off, and this is not a particularly tricky strategy to pull off. So I would expect both players to get quite a few finishes. The issue is going to be getting a good finish where you do keep that low arc right over the middle cylinder. So we'll see if either of them are able to pull it off in these 5 minutes. And let's see, that looked good from Chongo, just a little bit. It's very precise to get that low arc. So if you hit that edge a little bit too early. Oh, this looks good. A little bit high, but it'll be a finish. Looks like that's going to be a low 56, 56.163. That's our first time. I would expect at least one of these players to finish a better time than that. It's not a bad time by any means, but there's still quite a ways to go before you hit the record. So I would expect both players to be able to get a finish a little bit stronger than that by the end of these 5 minutes, given how talented they are. So, but yeah, you need to catch that edge at just the right moment. And it looks like both of them are doing a pretty good job. Especially Chongo, it looks like, getting a lot of spin dashes on the piece of the circle. And that's honestly a lot tougher than it looks like. Or it's a lot tougher to do than it looks like it would be. Because you do have to release that spin dash in a decently tight window on your landing. But she's doing a great job of it there. Bhanu still struggling a little bit to get this clip locked in. We are 2 minutes in, almost halfway through our time, and he hasn't had a really strong looking attempt yet. And that looked pretty good, just maybe a little bit too far left when he hit that edge, or aimed a little bit too far left with that spin dash, which kind of shot him out to the left there. And that was a really good attempt from Chongo. Just a little bit too low. Couldn't get over that cylinder. And again. So I'd say Chongo looking a lot more confident on her counter pick. Which is good. That's what you would expect. But we'll see. Bhanu still has 2 minutes to try and find something here. Oh, now that is a great attempt. Yeah, that's a much better time. 56.516 gonna be the time from Chongo. That is very nice. We'll see, Bhanu still looking for a finish here. Still looking for a decent clip, honestly. And there's a clip, it's just going to be too high and too far to the left. So, and it looks like Chongo is pausing. I'm not really sure what she's doing there. Maybe doing some screen peeking, but yeah, Bhanu, I think, really having trouble with timing the spin dash on the landing here. It looks like he's just not getting... Yeah, you see he's coming up short on that clip a lot, which I think is a result of not releasing that spin dash at the right time and not getting the forward momentum from that, but really just having a lot of trouble with this clip at the beginning. I understand the ban, you know, if you're not feeling confident about the movement on Whiplash, I totally get that ban, but this is also looking like a stage where he's just not totally sure what he needs to be doing. And so as we come down to these last few attempts, last 5 seconds or so, well, he does release the spin dash on time, but spin dash is too far to the right, and this will be last attempt. Out of both players, Chongo not going to get a finish, and Bhanu not going to get a finish either. So Chongo going to take that one with a 56.516. That is a pretty strong time for just a 5-minute round. So, all right. So Chongo will take the lead 2-1. We are back to Bhanu's counter pick. Alright, so let me generate this next stage list. As Brayton posts the Spiraling Spires Super Speed World Record. Very nice. Surprised it's not one of the stages, being played. But, very nice there. And let me check for any repeats. We do not have any repeats. However, this is going to be quite the list. We have some... Uh-oh. We get a pause in the Chongo stream, but that's alright. We'll get it figured out here as I post the next stage list. So this is going to be quite a list. We have 1-1 Twin Island, 1-9 Bumpy, 2-8 Push-Ups, 3-3 Conveyor Avenue, and to round out the easy stages, 10 UAX8 Bumper Barrage. Because we get 4 stages from the first 3 worlds, and then an Ultimate EX stage. What a mix there. So, let me see what's going on with Chongo's stream there. see if we can get that figured out. There we go. We are back. Okay. So I'm going to start the 3-minute timer for Chongo to ban one of these 5 stages. You know, I am with you, Tay. I would love to see some Twin Island action, just absolutely grinding thousandths of a second. That would be something. I am, you know, from a stage picking perspective, I would not like to see that pick out of Bhanu. If it's oh, sorry about that. Like I was saying, I would not want to see that pick out of Bhanu, even if it's allowed, because that stage is really a toss-up, right? Which one of you is going to get the most perfect start to charge your spin dash as soon as possible? Who's going to release it on the exact right frame? You know, it's really a toss-up. But he also already picked Manhole. So, could be just an honor pick there. We'll see. We'll see what he's feeling. But, yeah, honestly, Bumper Barrage updated of all the UEX stages, I think has to be one of the easiest to do. I mean, even in normal speed, I feel like Bumper Barrage updated is not that hard to get a finish on. At least not a decent finish. You know, if you're going for the forward bumper hit, yeah, it's going to be a little trickier. But I think you can get a decent finish on that stage within 5 minutes. Of course, that's also a stage that I have experience playing on normal speed, so maybe a little bit of bias there, but yeah, the 1-1, you know, if we get 1-1 and Manhole in the same match, I think that would be just peak Banana Rumble. So, let me let Chongo know that she's got 45 seconds left here to ban. I don't think we've really seen the rule need to be enforced very much, but I think that that is technically a rule at 3 minutes to 3 minutes to ban a stage. So we'll see. And Chongo did not know that it was her ban. Okay, and we do see the Bumper Barrage updated ban out of Chongo. Okay, so we will not be seeing a UEX stage in this round. You know, honestly, I'm not. Yeah, I am actually a fan of that ban. Not because I think that's a bad stage. I think that stage would have been a lot of fun to see. But again, if you're thinking about it from a gameplay perspective, right? Your opponent's counter pick, if you can force them to just pick a toss-up stage as their counter pick, you know, a 1-1, Bumpy, honestly, is kind of a toss-up stage. Conveyor Avenue, probably the least kind of toss-up stage. Push-up certainly is, at least it is on normal speed. You know, so it would not surprise me if we go to one of those that it's just a trying to grind thousandths or hundredths of a second, right? And so I think that's a really smart ban from Chongo. If you can force your opponent to pick one of those stages where it's basically a 50-50 instead of an advantage for them, I think that's a really smart play. So, but we'll see. We'll see what Bhanu picks here. It looks like he is watching records, maybe? That would be my guess, but just about a minute and a half to pick the next stage. As we see Chongo playing some floating puzzle here. Yeah, and I think that's also valid. Tay, like, if you have more experience than your opponent, absolutely, you make them play stages that they aren't familiar with or that are harder to get finishes on. And then... Oh, and we are going to 1-1. Okay. So, we are going to see both Manhole and Twin Island in the same match, picked by the same player. And, you know, I don't... As a commentator, I try to be as unbiased as possible, but this is incredibly based by Bhanu. And I have insane levels of respect for that pick strategy. But we're going to 1-1, so this should be a very close match, or a very close round. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little scared for myself as a commentator because it is gonna be finish after finish after finish here. I mean, there are no clips involved. There are no weird bounces. It is as straightforward as a stage possibly can be. And we're going to be seeing a lot of finishes here. So, with something this simple, I mean, what can you do to maximize your time? Start your spin dash as early as possible. Release it as early as possible with the most charge you can get. Honestly, I'm not sure if you can even get to a full charge before you need to be releasing it on this stage. So that could be a potential source of variance. How long are they holding the spin dash? But, you know, if it's a frame extra one way or the other, you know, that can be the difference in a few seconds, or a few thousandths of a second. So we get the ready up from Chongo here. And we get the ready up from Bhanu. So we will be off on go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ready? Go!
And Tay rooting for a tie. I would also be okay with a tie if we get some extra monkey ball potentially. But let me get these times in here. We start off with a 58.563 by Chongo and a 58.578 from Bhanu. Braden's saying
Ready? Go!
589 is the theoretical best time with Baby. That is true. Crewmate is not available here because they do have DLC banned. So we'll see. And there is a tie. That is a tie. If neither player improves, we could be seeing a game 6 potentially. But we still have 4 minutes left. And there's the immediate improvement. So hopes dashed. Chongo up by 3 thousandths of a second at this point. And that is going to be just a little bit slower out of Bhanu. Up to a 585 from Chongo. So we are nearing Braden's suspected maximum
Ready?
of 589 with Baby.
Ready? Go! Ready? Go! Go! Ready? Go!
Oh, and that is a new PB from Bhanu. But he does not post it in the chat. I'm not sure what that was.
Ready? Go!
But it is not in the chat, so
Go!
must not have been better than a .585. If anybody in chat saw that.
Go! Ready?
581. Okay, thank you, Tay. Still going to be 4 thousandths of a second behind,
Ready?
but it is closer. And we still have over half our time left. I mean, this is just a finish.
Ready?
This is just finish after finish after finish.
Ready? Go! Go!
Alright, well, I said it on Manhole, and I'm going to say it again. I'm just not sure about this counter pick. But, you know, if you don't feel confident about other stuff, there's no doubt that you can get finishes on this stage. And we see Chongo exits out of the stage. Oh, that's an improvement. What is that? What is that from Bhanu?
Ready? Go!
Again, doesn't put it in the chat. So I'm guessing not a 585 or better.
Ready? Go!
But he is slowly making up time here. So we'll see a 583. Okay.
Ready? Go!
Still 2 thousandths of a second behind. I mean, if he can keep just shaving 1,000th of a second off, you know, we could see the comeback, could see a tie. It is definitely possible. But just about a minute to go. Still tons of time on this stage. Every run is less than 2 seconds, but you do lose a lot of time because you have to watch. You basically have to finish and then watch that ending animation every time. So, let's see. Not going to be an improvement on that run. Did we get a character swap? Oh, wait a second. Is that the... That's the 589. Wow. So, in the last minute, Bhanu busts out the
Ready?
best possible time with Baby, and we get in all caps in the chat from Chongo, wait shit, followed by a 587. She's only got 15 seconds at this point, so she was goofing off a little bit. Is that going to come back to bite her? I mean, only 10 seconds left. Wow. That is also a 589. Also a 589. Last attempt tie out of Chongo. They both get the max possible time with Baby in 5 minutes. And Chongo saying she thought it was a 585 was the best possible time. But wow, what a round. Okay, you know what? I will say it. I have been dead wrong about both of Bhanu's picks. They have both been fantastic gameplay. And I think I should just be quiet next time. If there is a next time. Because now, since we got a tie, counter pick will flip. So we are going to see a new stage list. We did get a repeat, so let me go ahead and re-roll that stage there. And we get a repeat again. Okay. So it looks like our stage list, and let me just verify that we did not see that stage earlier. Okay. So we did get Drawbridge Path was drawn again, which we will not be seeing again. So instead of that, our stage list is going to be give me just a second. We are going to see 4EX7 Interruption, 7EX5 Gluttony, 4-7 Circle Bounce, 9EX4 Seesaw Blocks, or 6-8 Symbols. And it will be Bhanu to ban and Chongo to pick. So, Bhanu will get to ban one of these 4 stages. Our counter pick will flip, so... Wow. That was quite the round. I am still just amazed by what we just saw. But counter pick will flip here. So, like I said, Bhanu will ban And let me type these stages out in chat here for anybody watching. So, okay. Well, this will be interesting. I'll be interested to see where what Bhanu bans. You know, Symbol's not a super tough stage. Seesaw blocks, again, not really a tough stage. It'll be interesting to see where he wants to go here. I could see Gluttony. That I could definitely see that being the pick. It is another kind of RNG-ish stage, right? Where you just spin dash and hope to get the best bounces you can. But so far that's worked out for Bhanu, so he might leave that open. If I had to guess, based on how he's banned so far, I would think Interruption is gonna be the ban, but we'll see. And Chongo does have a very strong time on Interruption. On the leaderboard, at least. So, could be worth a ban if Bhanu is thinking that. And he does indeed ban Interruption. So, we will be seeing one of Gluttony, Circle Bounce, Seesaw Blocks, or Symbols. And I don't even need to start the timer for Chongo because she immediately says we are going to Circle Bounce. So, we are headed to World 4. I feel like we haven't seen a lot of World 4, but this could be an interesting pick here. Get the ready up from Chongo already. Looks like Bhanu is going to take a peek at the record here and then get into the stage, so. And I will check what the record is real quick so that we have that information. It looks like the record on Circle Bounce is a 57,225. Chongo does have second place on the leaderboard, however, there are only 2 people on the leaderboard, and her time is over a second behind, so I wouldn't put too much stock in that one. But nonetheless, maybe does have some experience on this stage and is familiar with the strategy, and when you've only got 5 minutes, that can make a big difference. So, we will wait for Bhanu to get into the stage again. This is Game 5 after a tie on Twin Island. We have seen Twin Island and Manhole in the same match, picked by the same player. This is going to be a good one, folks. I just have a feeling we might get some extra monkey ball here. But that's all going to depend on what Bhanu can do here on Circle Bounce. If he can take this one, we will be going to a Game 6. Otherwise, Chongo is going to take the match 3-1. Alright, we see Bhanu loading into the stage here. We are just waiting on him to say he is ready in the chat, and we will be off. We get a nice view of the underside of the stage here from Chongo. And given that it's been 3 minutes here, I'm going to go ahead and ask for the ready up in chat. And both players say they are ready, so we'll be off in 3, 2, 1, and go.
Ready? Go! Ready? Go!
So it looks like the strategy, at least out of Chongo, is to just go straight back,
Ready?
fling yourself at the edge here, and then try and get all the way up to the top. My guess is you need, yeah, like that, you're going to need to bounce off of a second edge. Not going to get all the way up, but still going to finish this attempt. You need to dash on the edge to get height. Okay, that makes sense. So one of those situations where when you spin dash on a ramp or something that's at an angle, it affects the spin dash angle. So let's see what that time was. That's going to be a 54.357 out of Chongo. And that's an improvement. So I'm just going to go ahead and erase what I had. 56.394.
Ready? Go! Ready?
Well, that is what you want to see if you're a Chongo fan. Getting a couple of good times on the board there. And Bhanu's still struggling with this, looks like still really struggling to figure out when he needs to be spin dashing and how far back he needs to go.
Ready? Go! Ready? Go! Ready?
Oh, I see what you're saying, Tay. You need to dash on the back edge of the,
Ready?
of that bottom platform in order to get up. I see.
Go!
So, looks like he's figuring it out.
Ready?
About 2 minutes in, figuring it out how to spin dash off of that edge and get height. But
Ready? Go! Ready?
looks like he's figuring it out, and that's a pretty good attempt, I gotta say.
Go!
So, took a couple of minutes, and that's, it reduces your time from about 5 minutes, or from 5 minutes to hit this strategy to 3, but
Ready? Go!
he did figure it out pretty quick and gives himself a good chunk of time to try and hit this.
Ready? Go! Ready?
Chongo's still getting some good attempts. Hasn't seen any improvement on that 56.394 as we get a little bit of stream delay there, but it looks like it's back.
Ready? Go! Ready?
Yeah, so the record again is a 57.2. So still quite a ways to go in terms of improvement.
Ready? Go!
Just seeing if you can get
Go!
get quicker bounces, and oh, that could have been so good if she had just gotten over that last ledge. Would have kind of bounced her up and straight into the goal. Holy moly.
Ready?
Chongo definitely looking stronger on this stage than Bhanu, but it just takes one, and Bhanu has proven already that he is capable of getting this edge spin dash. So
Ready? Go! Ready? Go! Ready? Go!
yeah, not gonna quite do it there.
Go!
Oh, that was looking pretty good. He just ended up a level or two short. And he's not going to finish that. Okay. I mean, I know you got to get a good time, but, I'm not sure if that would have been,
Ready?
probably would have been too slow. But,
Ready? Go!
say 1 minute left here. Bhanu looking for a good time, better than a 56.394 to try and send this to a game 6.
Ready? Go! Ready? Go! Ready? Go! Ready? Go!
And with only 30 seconds left, it's not looking great, but
Ready? Go! Ready? Go!
you never know. It just takes one, and that was really close.
Ready? Go! Ready?
All right, eyes on the left side of the screen here.
Ready?
Bhanu with
Go!
10 seconds to make this count.
Ready? Go!
Gonna get one more attempt here.
Go!
And it's not gonna go. And that is gonna do it for our match. With that, Chongo will take it 3-1 in 5 games.
GG's.
Good games. Good games. We will let the players get back into chat here.
Looks like Bonnie's deafened but still muted.
Yeah, we'll give him just a second here, but wow, I gotta say, I was really not a fan of the manhole pick or the Twin Island pick, and those turned out to be two of the most exciting games that I've seen in quite some time.
Yeah, no, absolute mad lad move picking those, Banu.
I didn't think 1-1 could be that intense, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I had thought that like I had gotten the best score, so I was just like, I'm just gonna play with the other ones, just kind of fuck around a bit because I can't get better. And then you were like, oh,
Yeah.
here's one that beats it. And I'm like, ah, no!
I also went right when I was about to start. I was like, "Wait, there's no video for how to do this with a non-DLC character, at least on that website." So I was like, "Shit,
Oh,
I'm
that's true.
screwed."
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe I was like, "Oh, well, it shouldn't be that hard."
Yeah. I mean, it's Twin Islands. You can trial and error it,
Yeah,
which you did.
Absolutely. You just get so many attempts, and to watch, I mean, the progress of that round, or the arc of that round was something, because Chongo immediately almost gets that 585, goes to different characters, and Bhanu is just whittling away like a couple thousandths at a time, jumps out to the maximum
587.
possible time with Baby, right? Gets that 589, and then you just
Yeah.
see, like, you can tell that there's a freak out from Chongo. She's like,
Yeah.
crap, I gotta get a better time, right? And goes back, and the last attempt hits it. So, I mean, but just
Oh,
great
God.
job from both of you. Saw some great finishes on some pretty
Mhm.
difficult stages there too.
Mhm.
I mean, the 50 on Manhole is just insane. So,
Yeah, that was really good.
I mean,
yeah, and the relief when I saw when Brayden said 589 is the max, I was like, "Oh, I
Yeah.
breathed it, thank God."
You done did it.
yeah. Well,
Ah,
so
well, it was-
unfortunately, that is the end of the tournament for Bhanu after that match. Chongo, however, will be moving on in the lower bracket to face me in the next round.
Mhm.
And
How are you feeling about it?
I don't know that I can do it right now. I have some things I need to take care of, and it also takes me a second to get my Wii camera set up, you know. So,
Mhm. Okay, no problem.
we will just wait and see what we can figure out for the timing on that. But
All right,
for
I'll have
this
to do
match,
camera gaming, but it should be fun.
for this match, great stuff out of both the exciting match, and thank you for playing today.
Absolutely. I'll see you all in the next round.
All right, GG's.
GG's, Banu. All right, talk to you later.
All right, see you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, and that is going to do it for us here at the streaming for the Banana Rumble Quickstep number 1. We will be back either on this channel or on Maple's channel with more Monkey Ball matches soon. So, hope to catch you there. In the meantime, stay safe, stay warm, and have a good day.